Well, we're making great strides in terms of increasing female representation in the biotech industry. We have gender parity at lower levels in the organization, but it's as people rise up through the ranks that we see fewer and fewer women, particularly on the C-suites. And this is an issue. Because we know representation matters. Representation inspires the next generation of female talent to come into our industry. So I think whilst we're continuing to make progress, there's still quite a lot of work we need to do.
The numbers may not be changing as much as the atmosphere is and as much as people's attitudes are. And the awareness and involvement of colleagues who previously didn't pay attention to it, I think that there's a lot more engagement, and that gives me hope for what the future is going to look like.
I think it starts, with both having an inclusive environment, as well as the support that companies and enterprises can provide to women as they progress through their career journeys.
So I think the biggest structural element that hinders women from advancement in biotech is just the fact that people have different networks. And it's just, quite frankly, a little bit harder for women to break into some of the networks where a lot of the decision making is coming from.
By the time they are in the prime of their careers, they have responsibilities either to their kids and families or to their own parents. And even today, the bulk of that responsibility falls to women. So flexibility in the workplace is really important.
But this is not just about women, it's about men too. And actually having allyship with men as well in organizations, I think helps move this agenda forward.
If we're not being as inclusive as possible in our boardrooms, in our C-suites, in our venture partnerships, we're missing the opportunity to take advantage of that diversity of thought. And that goes well beyond gender. That's inclusive of many other underrepresented populations as well.
We are bringing innovative, which means never before tried solutions to diseases and areas of enormously high unmet need, but also enormous complexity.
It's quite clear, and studies have shown, that organizations that have diverse representation outperform.
I think the advice that I would give young women in biotech is, to really have resilience and tenacity.
First thing I'd say is come to biotech, because I think it's the most exciting business sector.
Get a good mentor. In fact, get two.
I've had a career path that has taken me from practicing medicine in India and in Africa to business school to pharma and biotech. So it's been a very zigzag journey, and as I said, careers don't have to be a linear line.
We need young women in biotech to really roll up their sleeves and engage in the battle, and we need the older women in biotech to be there and help them along.
And finally, I'd say use your voice. Don't feel shy to speak up, challenge and discuss to help us move forward in the work that we do to impact human health.